All right, buckle up because we are diving deep into Emerald Wonderland today.
Oh, I love that podcast.
This episode, episode 5, really threw me for a loop.
Yeah. What happened this time?
So we've got Dorothy and Alice and Wendy.
All the classics.
Right, all just walking down the yellow brick road.
Okay, standard so far.
Yeah, but get this. They don't end up in Oz.
What? Where do they go?
The Groves of Imagination. It
Interesting.
really sets the stage for something unexpected right from the beginning, I think.
You think they did that on purpose?
I mean, they're good, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah. They always keep you guessing.
And speaking of unexpected, they run into this wishing fruit tree.
Okay, I love that idea already.
It's like you make a wish and it merges characters together. I don't know how else to describe it.
I mean, it is called Emerald Wonderland for a reason.
True, true.
So what kind of mashups are we talking about?
Well, Dorothy wishes for bravery and style.
Sounds like someone we know.
Right. And boom, lion in boots.
Oh, no, that's too funny. The cowardly lion all gussied up like Puss in Boots.
It's brilliant.
You know they're going to play that up for laughs.
Absolutely. And on that note of unexpected pairings, Wendy goes for extra magic.
Wendy, you really?
I know, right? She usually wants to keep things grounded.
That's what makes her such a great counterpoint to all the chaos.
So true. But anyway, she makes her wish and bam, Tinkerbell Fairy.
Whoa, they combine Tinkerbell and the Blue Fairy.
Yep. And it makes you wonder, what does that mean for her magic? This isn't just pixie dust anymore.
Oh, that's a good point. They're really raising the stakes.
Right. And then there's Alice. Always the wild card.
Let me guess, something totally out there.
She wishes for a guide to the unknown.
Oh.
You can see where this is going, right?
Yeah, please tell me it's who I think it is.
Oh, it's a rabbit hatter, all right.
They did not. I can't even imagine. That's just pure chaos.
It's amazing.
And the lion. What about him?
Well, he just wants a riddle buddy.
A riddle buddy. That's so specific.
So naturally, he ends up with the Cheshire Crow.
Oh, no, not the Cheshire Cat. And wait, a crow.
You got to hand it to him. It's creative.
I'm just trying to picture it. This incredibly wise and cryptic Cheshire grin on a crow.
Right. It's like they took all these familiar characters and just threw them in a blender.
And this is only the beginning. Who knows what other surprises are in store?
So now we've got this wacky crew, right? Just bopping around the groves of imagination.
It sounds like a fever dream, honestly.
Oh, it gets weirder.
Weirder how?
They burst into song like a full-blown musical number.
Out of nowhere.
Pretty much. And the music, it's like a blend of all the classic fairy tale scores.
I love when they do that. So clever.
Right. And as they're singing, in come the horses of a different color. I mean, come on.
No way. Talk about a visual.
You know, for listeners who might not be as familiar with Oz, what's the significance of the horses? Why are they such a big deal?
Well, they basically represent pure magic. The unknown. The unexpected.
So them showing up here, it's like another layer of anything goes.
Exactly. They're playing with that Oz imagery, reminding you that you're not in Kansas anymore.
But even with all this whimsy and magic going on, there's this underlying sense of dread. Did you pick up on that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's like right under the surface.
Yeah. Like Tinkerbell Fairy, she's usually all bubbly and happy, but here she's anxious, almost scared.
That's not a good sign. Tinkerbell knows when something's up.
Right. And to make matters worse, the Cheshire Wolf shows up.
Uh-oh. He's always bad news, right? But I thought, he's not from a specific fairy tale, is he? I can't place him.
Yeah, the Cheshire Wolf is actually one of their own creations, a mashup of the Cheshire Cat and, you guessed it, the Big Bad Wolf.
Ah, that makes sense. So he's got that air of mystery, but with a much more sinister vibe.
And you know something's about to go down because remember that eternity fruit from before?
The one with the not-so-great side effects.
Well, somebody took a bite.
You're kidding.
Nope. And suddenly everyone's aging, like rapidly.
Oh, no. That's not good.
And it's Wendy, good old practical Wendy, who remembers hearing about this fruit. Turns out there were warnings.
See, this is what I love about Emerald Wonderland. Those little details, they always come back around.
It's like they're playing a long game with their storytelling, dropping clues you don't even realize are clues.
And it makes you want to go back and listen again, just to catch all those little hints.
Exactly. It's what keeps you coming back for more. So they're stuck, right? Aging faster than a banana in a time-lapse video.
With a ticking clock like that, you know they need a miracle.
Fast, right.
No time to waste.
Exactly. Well, leave it to Emerald Wonderland to pull a solution straight out of Wonderland.
Don't tell me. Shrinking potion.
Bingo! Alice's Drink Me potion to the rescue. It's the only way to escape the Eternity Fruit's effects.
Talk about a throwback. That's brilliant.
It's like they took that iconic Drink Me scene and gave it a whole new purpose.
And just imagine all of them, tiny as teacups, flying to safety.
With Tinkerbell Fairy as their pilot, no less.
Only in Emerald Wonderland.
Right. So picture this. They're soaring through the air, passing over all these magical lands. They see the whispering woods and the shimmering seas, even the enchanted mountains.
They actually see them. I always pictured it more as like a swirling vortex of magic.
It's more of a flyby, a glimpse into these other worlds they've created.
Oh, I like that. Like a little Easter egg hunt for the listeners.
Exactly. They even get a peek at Rumpelstiltskin's spinning straw, Pinocchio's nose growing a mile a minute. It's just enough to make you go, oh, I know that story.
It's all about building out the larger world, right?
Exactly. And where better to end their journey than Neverland itself?
Neverland. The ultimate escape.
Right. They even describe it as being even more magical than Oz and Wonderland combined.
That's a bold claim.
It really speaks to that power Neverland has, that timeless appeal.
You'd think they'd be safe in Neverland, right? With all that youthful energy floating around?
You'd think so, but remember that pesky fruit. Turns out its effects are still in play, even in Neverland.
You're kidding. They're still aging.
Yep. It's like the episode throws you a curveball just when you thought they were home free.
That's one way to keep the tension high.
And just as they're freaking out, realizing their time is running out, who shows up?
Peter Pan. Had to be.
Of course. It's so cliche, but it works. He swoops in all cocky and grinning and whisks them away to safety.
Talk about an entrance. And did they mention Captain Hook is involved too?
Naturally. He's got to make an appearance. They even have a little face-off, Peter and Hook. It's pretty epic, even just hearing it described.
I can only imagine. So where does Peter take them? Skull Rock.
Even better, Hangman's Tree.
Hangman's Tree. I mean, that sounds ominous, but also kind of perfect for Neverland, you know?
It's the perfect blend of whimsy and danger, which pretty much sums up the whole episode, wouldn't you say?
Totally. They nail that balance every time.
So they get to Hangman's Tree, and Peter, being the magical boy he is, reverses the aging process.
Phew. Talk about a close call. But it's like you were saying earlier, even facing down death in Emerald Wonderland has a touch of magic to it, right?
Exactly. It's never just about the threat. It's about how they overcome it, the lessons they learn along the way.
And speaking of lessons, what did you think of that ending?
The part where Peter's all ready for the greatest adventure Neverland has ever seen. Classic cliffhanger.
It's the perfect way to leave you wanting more. And honestly, isn't that the mark of a great story? That feeling of, I need to know what happens next.
Absolutely. And that about wraps up our deep dive into Emerald Wonderland Episode 5. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to jump back in and listen again, see what other details I might have missed.
Always a good idea. And for our listeners at home, if you haven't already, I highly recommend giving Emerald Wonderland a listen. It's a wild, whimsical ride that'll reignite your love for fairy tales.
And who knows, maybe it'll even inspire you to create your own mashups, your own unique blend of magic and wonder. Until next time, keep exploring, keep imagining, and we'll see you down the rabbit hole.